Good evening, everyone. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action, to those who push themselves beyond their comfort zone. If you want to achieve your dreams, you must develop the habit of moving forward, regardless of fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Many people wait for the perfect moment to start, but let me tell you something. The perfect moment doesn't exist. You must create it. You must push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. Think about it. How often do we put things off? We say, I'll start tomorrow, I need more time, or I'll wait until I feel ready. But days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before we know it, years have passed, and we're still standing in the same place. The truth is, action is the only way forward. You don't need to have all the answers before you start. Just start. Take the first step. Because momentum builds when you move. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's hard. But everything worthwhile requires effort. Every great achiever, every leader, every successful entrepreneur, every top performer pushed themselves even when they didn't feel like it. They understood that action beats hesitation every time. So today I challenge you, push yourself. Do the things you've been avoiding. Take that risk, make that decision, start that project, whatever it is. Don't wait any longer, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Waiting won't bring results. Only action will. You create the right time by taking the first step. You don't need to see the whole staircase, just the next step. The hardest part is starting. Once you begin, it gets easier. Discipline beats motivation. You won't always feel like it, but you must do it anyway. The only way to overcome doubt is to move forward despite it. You'll never regret trying, but you'll regret not trying. Comfort zones are traps. Growth only happens when you push beyond what feels easy. Results come from effort. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. Your future depends on your actions today. What you do now shapes where you'll be tomorrow. Success isn't something that just shows up at your doorstep one day. It doesn't knock on your door and say, here I am. No, success is something you must go after. It's something you must chase, something you must work for. And that requires movement. Think about a river. A flowing river stays fresh, full of life, constantly moving, constantly renewing itself. But a stagnant pond, it becomes murky, lifeless, stuck in place. Life works the same way. If you're not moving forward, you're not just standing still, you're falling behind. Many people have great ideas, great dreams, and great ambitions, but they never take the first step. They spend their time thinking, planning, and hoping, but never actually doing. And here's the hard truth. No matter how good your plan is, if you don't take action, nothing changes. It doesn't matter how much you read, how much you learn, or how much you talk about your goals. It's what you do that makes the difference. You have to move, you have to act, you have to take that first step. And when you do, something incredible happens. The moment you start moving, doors begin to open, opportunities begin to appear, and the path that once seemed unclear starts to take shape. The key is to begin. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait until you feel ready. Just start. Start small, start messy, start uncertain, but start. Because once you do, you'll realize that success was never waiting for the right moment. It was always waiting for you to move. One of the greatest illusions in life is the idea of the perfect moment. So many people spend their lives waiting for the right time, the right conditions, the right opportunity. They tell themselves, I'll start when things settle down, or I'll take action when I feel ready. But here's the truth. That perfect moment you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. Life doesn't pause while you prepare. It keeps moving. Time keeps ticking, and opportunities don't wait for you to be ready. If you keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll be waiting forever. Think about the most successful people you know. Did they wait until every condition was ideal before they made their move? No. They started where they were with what they had and figured things out along the way. They understood that action creates opportunity, not the other way around. The longer you wait, the more excuses you'll find. There will always be a reason to delay. Too busy, not enough experience, not the right connections. But the truth is, the best way to gain experience, make connections, and build momentum is to start now. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to take the first step. And once you do, you'll realize that progress isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the courage to move forward despite the uncertainty. Too often, people look at their big goals and feel overwhelmed. They see the mountain they have to climb, the distance they have to cover, and they freeze. They think, how am I ever going to do all of this? And because it feels too big, too difficult, they do nothing at all. But the truth is, you don't climb a mountain in one giant leap. You do it one step at a time. Progress isn't about making massive changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent steps in the right direction. One phone call, one decision, one action, it all adds up. Success isn't built in a day, it's built daily. And those who understand this principle know that even the smallest effort, when repeated over time, can lead to extraordinary results. Look at anyone who has achieved something great. They didn't start at the top. They started at the bottom, just like everyone else. But what set them apart was their willingness to keep moving, no matter how small the step. They understood that even slow progress is still progress. If you want to change your life, don't focus on the entire journey. Just focus on the next step. Do what you can today, because when you do something small every day, before you know it, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Have you ever noticed how the hardest part of anything is just getting started? Once you take that first step, the second step becomes easier. And once you're moving, it's much easier to keep going. That's because action creates momentum. And momentum is one of the most powerful forces in success. Think about a heavy train sitting still on the tracks. If you put a small block of wood in front of its wheels, it won't move. But once that train starts rolling, it can smash through a steel wall without stopping. That's the power of momentum. And the only way to create it is through action. The mistake most people make is waiting until they feel motivated to start. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. If you rely on motivation, you'll stay stuck. But if you take action, even when you don't feel like it, something amazing happens. That small action sparks energy. That energy builds confidence. And before you know it, you're in motion, and momentum carries you forward. You don't have to do everything at once. Just start. Take one step. Make one decision, complete one small task, and once you do, you'll find yourself moving faster, feeling stronger, and accomplishing more than you ever thought possible. Because the moment you act, you set something in motion that becomes unstoppable. Motivation is a great feeling. When you have it, you feel unstoppable. You're excited, energized, ready to take on the world. But here's the problem. Motivation doesn't last. It comes and goes like the wind. Some days you wake up feeling inspired, and other days you don't even want to get out of bed. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you'll never get very far. That's why discipline is more important than motivation. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. It's what gets you up early to work on your goals even when you don't feel like it. It's what pushes you to make the tough choices, to stay consistent, to do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. Look at the most successful people in any field. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits, routines, and discipline. They understand that feelings are unreliable, but discipline is steady. Discipline says, I will do it anyway. Discipline says, I made a commitment and I'm going to stick to it. If you want real success, don't chase motivation, build discipline. Make it a habit to do the work whether you feel like it or not. Because in the end, the person who wins isn't the one who is the most motivated, it's the one who is the most consistent. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to success. It keeps people stuck, paralyzed, unable to move forward. They wait for fear to go away before they act, but that's not how it works. Fear doesn't disappear on its own. The only way to make fear shrink is to take action in spite of it. Think about the first time you tried something new, maybe speaking in front of a crowd, making a big decision, or stepping into an unfamiliar situation. At first, fear was there. Your mind was racing with doubts. But the moment you took action, something changed. The fear started to lose its grip. And by the time you were done, you realized it wasn't as scary as you thought. That's because fear is mostly in your mind. It grows when you hesitate, but it weakens when you move. Action gives you proof that you can handle it. The more you do, the more confident you become. Confidence doesn't come before action, so don't wait for fear to leave before you start. Start anyway. Take the step, make the call, start the project, whatever it is, do it now. Because every time you take action, fear loses power and you gain control. Failure isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. Do you know what's worse? Regret. Because failure is temporary, it teaches, it strengthens, it makes you better. But regret stays with you. It lingers in your mind, whispering, what if? When you try something and fail, at least you know, you learn, you grow, and you move forward with experience. But when you never even try, you're left wondering what could have been. You see others who took the chance, who pushed past their fear, and you ask yourself, why didn't I do the same? That feeling is far worse than any failure. Failure gives you something valuable. It gives you lessons, resilience, and another chance to get it right. But regret gives you nothing but emptiness. The pain of missing out on your potential, on your dreams, on the life you could have had is far greater than the pain of falling short. So take the risk, make the move, try, even if you're unsure of the outcome. Because even if you fail, at least you'll know you gave it everything you had. And that's a much better feeling than looking back one day and wishing you had been brave enough to go for it. The comfort zone feels safe, it's familiar, it's predictable, no surprises, no risks, no discomfort. But here's the problem. Nothing grows there. Nothing great is ever achieved inside the comfort zone, because growth only happens when you stretch beyond what feels easy. It's a trap. It convinces you that staying where you are is the best option, that avoiding challenges will keep you happy. But deep down, you know better. You weren't meant to stay the same. You weren't meant to settle. Every time you avoid stepping outside your comfort zone, you trade potential for temporary ease. And one day you'll look back and realize that comfort cost you the life you could have had. The people who achieve great things aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who embraced discomfort, who pushed themselves when it was hard, who stepped into the unknown and figured things out along the way. They understood that fear is just a sign that you're growing, and uncertainty is proof that you're on the right path. So don't let the comfort zone rob you of your future. Get uncomfortable. Take the challenge. Do the thing that scares you. Because once you break free from that trap, you'll realize something powerful. What once seemed impossible now feels normal. And that's when you'll know you're truly growing. Wishing, hoping, and dreaming are all nice, but they don't bring results. Effort does. You can have the best ideas in the world, the biggest goals, and the most detailed plans, but if you don't put in the work, nothing changes. Effort is the great separator. Two people can start in the same place with the same opportunities, but the one who puts in the work will always outgrow the one who waits for things to happen. That's because life doesn't reward intentions, it rewards actions. It rewards persistence. It rewards those who show up day after day, willing to do what others won't. Look at any great success story and you'll find one common ingredient: effort. Not luck, not shortcuts, not overnight success, just consistent, disciplined effort. The people who achieve great things aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who kept pushing when others quit. They understood that every bit of effort adds up, even when it doesn't seem like it. The world gives back what you put into it. If you give little, you get little. If you give everything, the results will eventually show. So don't wait for things to happen. Make them happen. Because in the end, effort is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The future isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create step by step with the choices you make today. Every action you take or don't take shapes the life you'll be living down the road. Think about it. Where you are right now is a result of the decisions you made months, even years ago. The habits you built, the risks you took, the discipline you maintained or didn't, all led you to this moment. And just like your past actions created your present, what you do today will create your future. Small choices may not seem important in the moment, but they compound over time. One workout doesn't make you fit, but a commitment to exercise changes your health. One book won't make you a genius, but consistent learning expands your mind. One act of discipline won't change your life overnight, but sticking to good habits transforms everything. The problem is most people don't think ahead. They wait for the future to come to them instead of realizing they're building it every single day. But those who understand this take control. They don't waste time. They don't put things off. And they don't leave their success to chance. They know that every action today is an investment in tomorrow. So ask yourself, what kind of future do you want? And then start acting like the person who deserves that future, because whether you realize it or not, your future is being written by the choices you make right now. A lot of people have dreams. They talk about their goals. They think about what they want to achieve, but they never take the first step. They tell themselves they'll start when the timing is right, when they feel more confident, or when life gets a little easier. But life doesn't work that way. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. The truth is, there is never a perfect time. There will always be challenges, distractions, and uncertainties. If you let these things stop you, you'll never get started. The people who succeed are the ones who understand that action must come first. They don't wait for life to align perfectly. They take a step forward and adjust along the way. Every day you delay is a day lost. Every moment you hesitate is a moment wasted. The sooner you take action, the sooner you start building momentum. And once you're in motion, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. The comfort zone feels good. It's safe, predictable, and easy, but nothing grows in the comfort zone. If you stay there, you stay the same. If you want to reach new levels of success, you have to be willing to step into discomfort. Think about every major achievement in your life. It probably didn't happen when things were easy. It happened when you took a risk, when you challenged yourself, when you did something that stretched you beyond what felt comfortable. That's where real growth happens. The people who achieve great things in life aren't the ones who play it safe. They're the ones who embrace discomfort. They push through fear, they take on challenges, and they keep going even when it's hard. If you want to grow, if you want to improve, you have to push yourself beyond what feels easy. Fear is natural. It's part of being human. But the mistake most people make is letting fear control them. They let fear stop them from taking risks, from trying new things, from pursuing their dreams. But here's something powerful. Fear only controls you when you do nothing. The moment you take action, fear starts to weaken. Every time you push through fear, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than it. Think about a time when you were afraid to do something, maybe speaking in public, making a big decision, or stepping into an unknown situation. At first, fear was overwhelming. But once you took that first step, something changed. The fear started to fade. And by the time you finished, you realized it wasn't as scary as you thought. The lesson? Action builds confidence. Fear doesn't go away on its own. You have to take action to shrink it. The more you act, the braver you become. People who never take action are usually full of excuses. They say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough experience. I'll start when things are better. But excuses are just lies we tell ourselves to justify staying the same. They keep you stuck, robbing you of the future you could have had. The reality is, there will always be challenges. There will never be a perfect time. You'll never have all the answers, and you'll never feel completely ready. But success isn't about having perfect conditions. It's about finding a way to move forward despite the obstacles. So instead of saying, I can't, start asking, how can I? Instead of looking for reasons why something won't work, look for reasons why it will. When you stop making excuses, you open the door to limitless possibilities. Too many people believe they need to wait for an opportunity before they take action. But the truth is, action creates opportunities. When you move forward, when you take risks, when you put yourself out there, new doors open that you didn't even know existed. People notice you, circumstances shift, and suddenly you find yourself in a position you never thought possible. Think about successful people. They didn't just sit around waiting for luck to find them. They took action, they created momentum, and opportunities followed. That's how the world works. Action attracts success. So don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Start where you are, do what you can, and trust that your efforts will create new possibilities. Success isn't built in one day, it's built every day through the small choices you make. If you want to be successful, look at your daily habits. The way you spend your time, the routines you follow, and the actions you take consistently will determine where you end up. The problem is most people focus on big results but ignore the small steps that lead there. They want to be fit but skip workouts. They want financial success but don't manage their money. They want personal growth but never read or learn. If you want real success, you must commit to daily discipline. Your habits shape your destiny. Push yourself to develop habits that move you forward, even when it's hard, and over time, you'll see remarkable results. Talent is great, but it's not enough. The world is full of talented people who never did anything with their potential. What separates the successful from the unsuccessful isn't talent. It's effort, discipline, and persistence. The truth is, the people who push themselves every day, who work harder than the rest, who refuse to quit, those are the ones who win. Success isn't about being the smartest or the most gifted. It's about being the person who shows up, does the work, and keeps going even when others give up. If you're willing to outwork the competition, if you're willing to push yourself beyond your limits, there's nothing you can't achieve. Most people live as if they have unlimited time. They say, I'll do it later, but time is the one thing you can never get back. Every day you wait is a day lost. Every opportunity you let slip by is a chance you may never get again. The most successful people understand this. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They act now. If you want to achieve something, treat it like it's urgent. Start today, not tomorrow. Because one day you'll wake up and realize that someday is gone, and the only thing you'll wish for is more time. The truth is simple. Nothing changes unless you take action. If you want a better future, push yourself every day. Take risks, step out of your comfort zone, and stop making excuses. Fear will shrink, opportunities will grow, and success will follow. But it all starts with a decision, the decision to act. And that decision is yours to make right now.